Hi there and welcome to this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I'm Stu Cowan of the Gazette, joined by my regular partners here, Chris Nilan and Rick Green, former Canadiens teammates, members of the 1986 Stanley Cup team. You all knew that already. The Canadiens' number one line of Nick Suzuki with Cole Caufield and Yuri Slafkovsky has been playing really well since the Four Nations face-off break in the schedule, almost carrying the team. Patrik Laine is a player that up and down, he's been out with the flu, Rick. Are you surprised that Marty St. Louis at no point this season has put Laine with Suzuki and Caufield just to see what he might be able to do there?
No, and don't do it. I'm sure that it will never happen. My feeling is you don't disrupt that group that's having so much success and carrying so much of the team right now versus the other guy, Laine, coming in and not sure, what game you're going to get from him from game to game. And when things are going well, the last thing the Lions want and what the dressing room wants is somebody to come in there and disrupt some good things that are happening. And I don't know what's happening with him. It's a long-term flu virus, I guess, whatever that means. But hopefully the guy will feel better and try and find a way for him to get into the lineup and help the team down the final stretch here, because he can score goals, but he's going to have to do a lot of other things, to do a good job for the hockey club that everybody's pulling the same way right now, and you can't have any passengers, and time will tell.
I know he's got one more year left on his contract after this. Knuckles, how do you see his future with this team moving forward?
Who knows? And it's like when he came here, who knows? How everybody's excited, and I get it. He's a goal scorer, all this. He's had issues in Winnipeg. He had issues in Columbus with his teammates. What's going on with Patrik Laine? Who knows? And here's the deal. I look at last week, he left the ice during practice when Slafkovsky bumped into him, right? Now, did he get hurt? I don't know. Does he really have the flu? Flu lasts in 4 games? Hello. I played with the flu before. I don't know. We're different, okay? Mm-hmm. But I just think this, I didn't like it when it happened. Listen, come in and score some power play goals, that's great. I saw an article with Martin St. Louis talking about him saying that, he knows we, as a team, we got to be responsible defensively, playing physical, all those things. Those are things that are not in his game. He is, he's a goal scorer. He's a shooter. That's it. He's terrible in his own end of the rink. He's not responsible on that side of the puck. And I think when you look as a player sitting on the bench and this guy keeps getting opportunities and you're like, he's not getting it done on the other end, the things this coach wants from all of us, guys are like, what the hell? And that creates some animosity. I don't know if that's what's going on now. I don't know when we talk about him if he's the type of player that's going to battle through this. Maybe, listen, I always say it. When there's red flags, they're going to pop up again. Is this a red flag? 4 games out with the flu? I don't know.
And I think really you have to be careful what you say. When he made that comment about he's looking forward to the Four Nations because he's going to get some ice time, not directly in those words, but that was directed towards Martin St. Louis, which is not the way that you want to go. And I don't know if that relationship is above board, and whether they've connected really well on where they want to go with this. And you don't need to hear that from a player to a coach that I want more, and try and negotiate through the media. And that's going to be interesting to see just how he handles this. There might be more to it than we're hearing about.
Yeah, I mean, the team needs goals, right? When they made the trade, I wrote a column saying it was a low-risk move, and they gave up Jordan Harris, and they also got a second-round pick from Columbus in that trade. But, earlier this season, Knuckles, when Laine was in Columbus, and he sort of threw his old teammates under the bus, which they didn't like. Do you think the Canadiens players, when they saw that, sort of went, wow, they're throwing his old teammates under the bus like that?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, they could have. I'm sure, well, of course, I'm sure it evoked some type of emotion out of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
It must have. And, I know when he said that, and, who's the defenseman, the American defenseman there in Columbus? The kid. He said, all we did is bring him in and take care of him, blah, blah, blah. I didn't buy that when he said it because, I'm sure those guys, there was stuff going on there that they didn't like about him. And he did throw them under the bus. And I'm sure, Montreal guys saw that. And, boy, they went after him in that game. And, sometimes you got to keep your mouth shut, right? And it's hard to bite your tongue, but he's very outspoken. And, he doesn't have a good all-around game. He just doesn't. I mean, when Ken Hughes just said recently, right, if you only speak about Patrik Laine in his season, he's had some good moments and bad moments. The coaching staff wants him to keep working on his defensive game.
Rick, that sounds a little bit like Alex Kovalev, who I believe you were an assistant coach with the Canadiens when he was there. Do you see similarities?
Yeah, Coach Killer Covey. Yeah, no, you're not going to win that one. These guys are set in their ways, and it's like the relationship with Lemaire and Lafleur. When Lemaire would try to get Lafleur to play defense, and that wasn't going to happen. But I think. It's important to understand. I don't know if this is the case with Laine, but Nux knows also that when you're in the dressing room, you want to have most of your guys or almost everybody with their heart in the right places, really determined and ready to buy into the team group and do everything you can to find success as a group. And if you have one that's not, you can't allow that to continue to fester in the room because it's more of a negative. So it's not an easy thing today. Today's athletes, sometimes they're a little bit fragile, and you don't want to dare hurt their feelings sometimes because they don't respond in a positive way. So like I said, we'll watch this one closely. It would be nice to see him finding a way to buy in. But from what we're seeing to date, I don't think that that's happening, at least not as of today.
The Canadiens are going to need some more goals from him definitely down the stretch if they are going to get that wild card playoff spot. Anyway, that's it for this Hockey Inside Out Show bonus episode. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out YouTube channel. Go to MontrealGazette.com/newsletters to sign up for the Hockey Inside Out newsletter. And of course, go to HockeyInsideOut.com where you get all the latest Canadiens news every day. And if you have a bonus question you'd like us to answer in a future bonus episode, please leave it in the comment section below.